Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to film a video to show you what I ate over 3 days. I had an eating disorder called Bulimia nervosa, which is characterized by repetitive binging episodes followed by abnormal compensating behaviors. I had this for about 4 years and it's been a few years since I recovered. But of course, eating disorders are often chronic and they do leave some residual symptoms that I still have. So I did a voiceover to describe how I felt having these meals. And if you're struggling with food, I think this video would help you in 3 ways. First thing is to help you understand that you're really not alone. And I'm personally quite confident that many people around the world are having issues with food. Secondly, to help you get a good feel for what it looks like having recovered from an eating disorder. And finally is to get some tips on how to feel good whilst you're eating. Let's get right into it.
So my first tip is to have a routine breakfast that you don't have to stress about. I often have a slice of wholemeal bread and some low sugar jam with some protein, which is often a fried egg with an added egg white. By having a set breakfast every day, you save yourself from the stress of having to decide every morning. So I find this really helpful. Sometimes I'll treat myself with a latte, but most of the time I just have a black coffee in the morning to save myself again from any extra stress that I don't need. For lunch, I left it a bit too late, so I was absolutely starving and there wasn't any food in the house, so I just had to make quick noodles. Now, I really don't have this often, guys, maybe twice a year, but I was really wanting one, kind of craving one anyway, so I treated myself to having this instant noodle, and at the end of the day, it was freaking delicious. I also added an extra egg into it to have a bit more protein, and I had it with the spicy Korean veg. I often saw noodles as a forbidden food, and now I'm really happy that I sort of got rid of that mind frame and I feel comfortable eating these foods once in a while. I get addicted to sugary foods very easily, so I make sure my desserts are healthy fruits, and watermelon is often one of my favorites. For dinner, Mum and I ate out, and you can see I had this Korean dish with lots of veg, white rice, and some raw beef, which kind of slowly cooks in the dish. It was absolutely delicious. I did feel like I was missing out on a lot of protein, but at the end of the day, I felt like it was healthy enough for me to just enjoy without much guilt. I wasn't that hungry this morning, so I skipped breakfast. I only had an apple, and then I went for brunch with my mum. I had this delicious sandwich which had shrimp and egg in it. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I did not feel bad at all eating this. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But the problem was this slice of bread that my mum bought, and I had about 1/3 of it. I did feel a bit guilty because, like I said, I've got a really sweet tooth, and if I have any, I'd want more. But anyway, it's happened and I decided to just enjoy it. As a snack, when I was hungry at 3:30, I made myself a fried egg with an added egg white. I strongly recommend you having a snack that you know it's good for you and you know that you can enjoy guilt-free. And of course, if it's got protein in it, that's even better. And that food for me is eggs all the way. For dinner, I only ate half the packet of black rice because A, I can never finish a whole packet, and B, I do feel guilty if I finish the whole thing. I had it with some marinated beef and a load of vegetables. Now, this marinated beef is quite salty and sweet, but I don't really care as long as it has some protein and I know it's really delicious. I did debate whether I want an ice cream or not all evening, and I decided that my craving is building up enough for me to have one, so I treated myself, and I think this is really important and beneficial for people to not restrict too much. Maybe because I had an ice cream the night before, I was not hungry at all for breakfast, so I just had an apple. For lunch, I had a bagel because I was absolutely craving one, and I had it similar to my usual breakfast routine with raspberry jam and an egg with an added egg white. I didn't feel bad at all eating this meal, I just enjoyed it, and I really appreciate when this happens once in a while where there's absolutely no concerns. For dinner, I met up with my friend and I had some beef dipped in vegetable broth. It was delicious and I had it with lots of other vegetables as well. I did feel like I overate a little bit, but that was fine. Afterwards, my friend wanted to have a few drinks and I didn't expect this to happen, so it was a bit of a surprise. And it's quite easy to feel guilty in these situations, but it was really nice to have a chat with my friend and I only had 1 pint, so it was fine. Plus, because I was very satisfied with my meal before, I didn't feel the need to eat any of those sausages, so that was really good. Summarizing my tips overall, I think it's really important to make sure that your cravings are not building up and you're not restricting your diet too much, because this will eventually burst into some form of abnormal behavior. So I really try to make sure that I'm feeling satiety so that in turn I build up a positive reputation towards eating food, and then I become not that bothered really and I don't crave that much because I know that I can eat whenever I want to eat.
If you are struggling with eating at the moment, I know how it feels. I can really promise you that if you're watching this video and if you're looking for active help, you're already halfway there, and I just really wanted to say keep going and please don't give up. I really hope this video has helped you to feel a bit more motivated. If you found this video helpful, please click subscribe and give this video a like, and feel free to leave your comments down below to share how you felt. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with me today, and I will see you next time. Thank you guys.